I'm Erica Askin, Curator Collections at the Keeler Town Museum and History Center. I'm here with John Curry.
Hello.
Of Curry and Hovis. This is his furniture restoration workshop. This year, on February 28th, on Fairfield County Giving Day, we're hoping to restore one of the chairs from our collection. This chair is a fine example of a William and Mary style Bannister-Back chair. It is approximately 300 years old. It has a carved crest, which is sometimes referred to as a Prince of Wales crest. That's because the design is inspired by the crest of the Prince of Wales. It has acorn finials, and it has 4 banisters fitted to the back of the chair. The red paint over black was an old technique to make the wood look like mahogany. The seat of the chair needs to be restored. John has removed the seat of the chair, and I'd like to ask John now to explain a little bit of its history.
Okay, at first the seat was rushed originally. You can tell by the rails, they're shaped for the rush to wrap around. These pieces were added later, but these are the original rush rails, shaped for rush, rounded at the front and tapered toward the back, with the ends of the front rail showing above the rush. So the rush was woven around these rectangles. They were visible from the top of the seat after the rushing. Subsequently, it was upholstered in leather. The rush must have worn out, the original rush, and the person who owned it didn't have a rush person available, and it was upholstered with a horsehair seat. That's when this filler was applied to make a square edge. It was webbed with webbing like this in a crisscross fashion, 2 strips each direction. Here's the old nail holes from that. I've removed it because of the condition of it. And on top of that webbing was a layer of burlap. And then after the burlap, there was a horsehair layer stitched on. This is the horsehair layer that was sagging through because of the condition of the webbing. That would have been on top of the webbing. And finally, they put a leather covering on it. This is the seat after the original rush. There was a leather covering. We can see the remainder of some of the leather under the back rail, under these tack heads.
That's fascinating, John. But then what happened?
Then the leather apparently wore out, and a new layer of textile was put on top, which is here. And this is the one that the museum received the chair with. This was on top of that horsehair padding, and it was fastened straight to the sides of the seat rail with decorative upholstery tacks. So that's the way the museum got it, and that's the way we will restore it too.
So, John, after you have removed the upholstery, the tapestry needlepoint cover needs to go to the Textile Conservation Workshop in order to be stabilized. After it is stabilized, then we return it to John, and he will reupholster the seat with its original horsehair stuffing.
Right.
So,
the procedure for that would be to re-web with new webbing, but given the age of the chair and its status as a museum piece, we may opt to use a archival board platform and put the stuffing on that. The reason being, we don't want to add more tacks and tack holes, and it'll save the chair from a lot of pounding putting those tacks in. So we will put a board like this here, a more rigid archival board, but we will put that board to support the horsehair. The horsehair will go back on and be stitched down to that board, and the covering will go back on with the original decorative nails. I will likely put a layer of muslin between these just to protect the conserved textile from the horsehair and prevent the curls of horsehair from poking through. It did not have that before, but I think it's a good idea.
once the chair has been fully restored, it will go on exhibit here in the Hoyt Parlor, the earliest room in a historic Keeler Tavern, which interprets the lives of the original builder and first resident, Benjamin Hoyt, and his family. On Fairfield County Giving Day, coming up on Thursday, February 28th, our goal is to raise at least $4,000 to restore this unique Bannister-Back chair. After 300 years, we think this chair has earned a seat at the table.